I think the crucial thing is that all pupils get back to school next week and in the succeeding days in the staggered way that we want. And I'm really pleased by the work that teachers, schools, parents, pupils have done to get ready, and the steps they've taken to ensure that there is social distancing and to ensure that schools are safe. And of course, and all our scientific advice is that schools are safe. It's absolutely crucial that people understand that. There's far more risk to the well-being of our children from not going to school than there is from, I'm afraid, from the disease. So that's my priority. On the issue of whether or not to wear masks in some contexts, we'll look at the changing medical evidence as we go on. If we need to change the advice, then of course we will. Well, as I say, the overwhelming priority is to get all pupils into school, and I think that the schools, the teachers, they've all done a fantastic job of getting ready, and the risk to children's health, from the risk to children's well-being from not being in school is far greater than the risk from COVID. If there are things we have to do to vary the advice on medical grounds, we will of course do that. But as the Chief Medical Officer, all our scientific advisors have said schools are safe, and that's the message. My feeling is that it was obviously something that I know a lot of millions of pupils around the country were worried about, they were thinking about, and in an ideal world, we would have had exams that went in the way they normally do in the summer. Unfortunately, we're in the middle of a pandemic, or we've been going through a pandemic which made it impossible for I hope we're not in the middle of it, but we've been going through it. And what we tried to do was to be as fair as we possibly could to all pupils. That's where we've got to. And the result of the changes we've had to make, I hope, is that students do have the qualifications they need. Students of all backgrounds and all income groups have the qualifications they need to make the best of their futures. And we will work with the universities and all the other destinations they have to make sure that they are able to realise their dreams, in spite of being a generation that has been particularly penalised by COVID. I mean, you think about the people who've done their A-levels, their GCSEs this year. They've been, in many ways, a remarkable generation. They've had to stay at home, which has been difficult. It's posed risks, as I say, to their health, to their mental health. They've done a fantastic job. They've protected the NHS. They've helped to save lives, get us through this pandemic, and I'm just pleased that they now do have results that they can work with. And yes, if we had to do it again, we might have done some things differently. I certainly am not going to deny that. But they've got a series of results that they can certainly work with and use to develop their careers.